Hello, today we're looking at the surface area of cylinders and sectors. Just a reminder about surface area. If you want to find the surface area of something, you find the area of each side and then you add all those areas together. Alrighty, so let's look at a cylinder. So a cylinder is made up of two circles and a curved rectangle. So we have a circle at the top, we have a circle at the bottom. So if you want to find the area of that, it's just pi times radius squared times 2. Now, if you want to find the outside of a cylinder, I want you to imagine a can of soup. Most cans of soup have a label on the outside. Now, if you cut that label off, it's actually a rectangle in disguise. Now, this rectangle will still have the same height as whatever the cylinder was, but it's actually a circumference for the length. And that's because the outside circumference of this cylinder here matches this length here. So if you want to find the area of this rectangle, you're going to have to do 2 times pi times radius times height. And then we add these both together and that will give us our surface area of a cylinder. So you need to find 2 circles and then add on 1 rectangle at the end. Okay, let's look at an example. A cylinder has a radius of 4 centimeters and a height of 5 centimeters. What is the surface area of this cylinder? So the first thing I want to do is find the area of the circles. So the radius is 4. So pi times 4 squared times 2 will give me my answer for that. Now the next thing I want to do is find the outside area or the area of the rectangle. So I'm going to have to do 2 times pi times 4 times 5. And this will give me my area of the rectangle. And then finally, if I add these two together, I'll get my answer. So overall, the surface area of this cylinder is 226.19 centimeters squared. So I had to find 2 circles and then do the 2 times pi times radius times height for the rectangle and add them together. Okay, let's try a slightly trickier example. So this time we have half a cylinder. So it's not a full cylinder, it's a cylinder that's been chopped in half. So what is the surface area of the following object to 2 decimal places? Well, the first thing we want to do is find the area of the front and the back. Now we have a half circle at the front and a half circle at the back. So I'm going to show that using the formula. Half of a circle, so half times pi times 3 squared, but then I'm timesing it by 2 because there are 2 of them. And this will give me 28.2743. Now to find the outside curvy bit, I'm going to have to go half times 2 times pi times 3 times 11. I'm halving it because it's not a full cylinder. And that will give me 103.6726. Okay, here's something really important we need to realize. We've done the front of the cylinder and we've done the back of the cylinder. And with the area of the top curve, we've just worked out this curved bit here. But because this cylinder has been cut in half, there is now a side at the bottom we need to work out as well. It's just a rectangle. You can't really see it through the shape, but there's a rectangle on the bottom now that's appeared. So we also need to find the area of the bottom, which would be 6 times 11, which is 66. So if we add all these areas together, we're going to get a grand total of 197.9469 centimeters squared. Or to 2 decimal places, 197.95 centimeters squared. So just be aware, when you start cutting portions out of a cylinder, some extra faces will appear wherever you cut the line. Okay, let's look at our tricky example here. So a cheese wheel is in the shape of a cylinder. 1/12 of the cheese wheel is cut out. What is the surface area of the remaining cheese wheel to 2 decimal places? So if we look at the diagram, we've got a cheese wheel that has a height of 10 centimeters and a radius of 20 centimeters. And we know 1/12 has been cut out, which means we have 11/12 left over. So we're going to be using that fraction 11 over 12 quite a bit. So the first thing I want to do is find the area of the top and the bottom. So the top shape and the bottom shape of sectors. So we're going to have to go 11 over 12 times pi times 20 squared and then times by 2 for top and bottom, and we'll get our first answer there. Now to find the area of the outside curve, so we're trying to find the area of this band that goes all the way around the cheese. It's not going to be a full cylinder because there's a piece missing. So again, we're going to have to do 11 over 12 times 2 times pi times 20 times 10. So we have to use 11/12 of the outside. So that gives us our answer there. And now we've got to remember, because we cut a portion of the cheese out, there's now this gap here, which has caused two sides to appear. So we have 20 centimeters along here and 10 centimeters here, and there's two of these sides. So we can work that out as the area of the internal sides, which is 400 centimeters squared. So overall, to find the total surface area of this cheese wheel that's left over, we're going to have to add all three together, and we'll get this answer here. So to two decimal places, the surface area of the remaining cheese wheel is 3,855.75 centimeters squared. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a slightly better understanding of how surface area works when it's applied to cylinders and sectors. Any questions, ask me down below. Hope you guys have an awesome day.